there's been a shift lately in marriage and children amongst millennials.
It
A
is.
drastic shift.
It
You know what I
is. It's
mean?
being watered down now.
Yeah.
A lot of people just honestly don't want to get married anymore, and it's a personal choice because I
Mhm.
don't want nobody to be married to me that don't want to be married.
Right.
So it's been a shift.
Mhm.
It's been watered down for sure, but
Why do you think that is?
I think it's too much access now. Like it,
Good
I
answer.
think social media has just ruined a lot of stuff. To be
Mhm.
honest, it's so many options out there now that a
Mhm.
lot of people are just like, oh my gosh, like it's like they in a candy store, it's so
Mhm.
many options. Plus, to be honest too, people younger are having kids. So
Mhm.
the marriage the viewpoint of marriage now is not there a lot for people like it used to be growing up
Mhm.
where we saw parents
Yeah.
and people staying together for a long time. Now these millennials, you do something, they done, they divorced, they out. So
Everyone's getting divorced.
yeah, a lot of people are getting divorced. So, and it's nothing wrong with that if it's not working. But
Mhm.
again, they're seeing that
Yeah.
like, dang, I just ain't gonna get married
Right,
because
right,
if
yeah,
it's gonna be like that,
from a man's perspective, I can tell you that definitely has an influence
yeah.
on it. The divorce rate and well, just in general, I'll say this from a man's perspective, the government
Mm,
involved, the judicial system involvement with marriage definitely scares away men
I
for
get that.
for 2 reasons, whether it's marriage or with kids.
Yeah,
It's in favor to kinda fuck us, if you would. With
yeah.
the marriage, divorce, you can of course, nobody's gonna go into a marriage making what Jeff Bezos made, but just for example,
Hmm.
Jeff Bezos, Dr. Dre, and a lot of people that maybe make whatever 6 figures, whatever, can build something on
Hmm.
their own as a man,
Right.
get married, and she's taking at least half
Half
of
of
that,
it.
guaranteed.
Yeah,
And then
I
he may have
know.
to pay, what is it called, alimony on top of that, on top of child support? Like,
They get hit hard. I get it
yeah,
all day. I always said
yeah.
I get that.
So a man seeing that, that shit is scary. And then with
Yeah.
the kids, with the child support, listen, I got cousins and friends that are going through it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
I know
Can't
people
see their
personally too.
child because the baby mother don't whatever it is, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They don't wanna be with their baby mother or their baby mother doesn't like them, so they use the child, what they call it, as a
As a
pawn.
pawn. Yeah, they do.
It's nasty, so that definitely has a big influence from a man's
Mhm.
perspective.
And I get that.
Yeah, when
Like
we
I
see
have
that.
no I have nothing to say against that. Like I
Yeah.
do see that. But I always tell people, that's why prenups exist too. Don't be afraid of prenups, cuz a lot
Yeah.
of people run from them, but they can be set up exactly how you want them to.
Yeah,
There's no black and white with a prenup.
right.
So, I always encourage men if you are scared of marriage and you want it, just do a prenup.
Yeah, so you'd be cool with signing a
I'll
prenup
be
with your
okay with
husband?
it
Yeah.
because what I would probably put in it is what I came into the marriage with is mine, and then whatever we create in the marriage is ours.
Split.
I mean, it makes sense.
Easy.
So I
Yeah.
don't have to get half of your stuff or whatever. But if we created this business, then yeah, it's
Mhm.
half.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I may put, I mean, just depending on whatever else we agree on,
Mhm.
if I have kids, maybe I would say something like, if I have majority of the kids, you
Mhm.
may contribute, whatever.
Yeah.
But we would structure it to where it would make sense for everybody.
Yeah, and I also saw a divorce attorney, he kinda mentioned how, like, prenups can be, an intimate moment, if you will, because that's
Mm.
something that's a heavy discussion y'all have to have. So that
Yeah,
can kinda be something like that's a discussion y'all have on that level that's like, okay, that can be good on
right.
building that trust and communication with y'all
I
first
agree.
and foremost. You know
Yeah,
what I
it ain't
mean?
a bad thing.
Nah, I'm definitely on board with that as well.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't know if I wanna get married.
Okay.
I've thought of different scenarios, but let's say a scenario where I build something for myself and then
Mhm.
decide to get married. I for sure would want the prenup
Yeah,
signed.
for sure.
Yeah, if I even wanna go
You
down
be
that
like,
road.
yeah, nah, that's mine.
Yeah, yeah,
I get
yeah.
it though. Protect yourself at the end of the day. I mean, of
Mhm.
course, you don't want to go in a marriage thinking it's gonna end, but it's still a business deal. So
Thank you for saying that
it
because
is.
I had shout out Breezy, my dog Breezy on,
Mhm.
and he said that. He was like, he don't wanna get married because it's a business.
Mhm.
And man, and he, went into he was like, "If I love you, I love you. This paper ain't gonna say." And the amount of
Mm.
women that was coming for him after saying that,
Yeah.
and, Yeah, they did not like him saying that shit.
Cause it sounds so rude and
Yeah.
disrespectful, but at the end of the day, I just think the older I get, the wiser I get too. It
Mhm.
is definitely a business.
Yeah.
Think about it. Everything you do has their name on it, and it's a
Yep.
business.
Yep.
You can't do nothing without the other one. That's a
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
So you don't have to run it like a business, but at the end of the day, on paper, it's a business. You got to be
1000%.
smart about it.
Yeah. I
You
always
know?
say, as a man, a woman is either gonna be your greatest asset or greatest liability.
That's it.
And with the marriage, I mean, that's case in point right there.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. I was talking to my homegirl on Friday night, and we had a real good discussion about marriage and that
Mhm.
whole ordeal, because she's in her late 20s and she's like, yo, like, men don't want to commit to nothing as far as
Mhm.
like marriage. And she's but and I hear from a lot of women, she wants to be with somebody. Like, she tired of being lonely out
Yeah.
here, but it seems like everybody for the street, she say. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And dudes don't want to get married. Let me ask you this. Say you find your soulmate, right?
Mhm.
You want to get married. You said that
I
earlier.
do.
You find your soulmate. I mean, this dude is perfect. But he says he wants to be with you forever,
Mhm.
if willing. But he doesn't necessarily want to get married. Are you staying? He was just wants to be a life partner, if you would. What are you doing? Are you staying or are you leaving with that?
That's tough because I know my ultimate goal is
Mhm.
to be married.
Mhm.
So that would be very hard for me to stay. It really would. I would really peel back layers on why, because I'll be honest, I've recently had conversations with people on why they didn't want to get, and kind of just talking to you, like peel back the layers on
Right.
why, because you may uncover something that you didn't know
Yeah.
that they could get educated on too.
Mhm.
Some people don't even realize you can do prenups again to your own liking. Some people think prenups are black and white. They're
Mhm.
not. So again, that may be something that he could be privy to be like, you know what, I didn't even know that.
Mhm.
So what are you nervous about when it comes to marriage? He may say, well, if we divorce, you're going to take all my stuff. No, I won't, because we're going to set up this prenup. What's next? What else are you nervous about? You know?
Yeah, that's too easy though. He
Peel
knows
it back.
he knows about all that. He knows about prenups. Whatever
Well,
it
then I
is.
probably won't stay.
You won't.
I
So-
mean, I can love him to death, but if you don't want to get married, there's no benefit in this for me personally, because the highest level of commitment you can give somebody is
Mhm.
marriage, and that's my personal opinion.
Mhm.
So if you're not giving me marriage, I'm still your girlfriend at the end of the day.
Mhm.
Think about it. You can make it sound as good as
Life
you
partner.
want.
He says you're his life partner.
F that. F that. Life partner my ass.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still your girlfriend at the end of the day. And so I want to be somebody's wife, you know? And it's like, again, if something was to happen, I can't even make decisions on your behalf because I'm your girlfriend. I'm not your wife. Think about stuff like that too. Like, you know? So I think long term, but again, I would say, you know, no love lost, but if you don't want to get married, I don't have nothing for you, because that's my ultimate goal.
Okay, so he understands that. And the reason I'm even asking is because I think this is going to get brought up a lot as time goes on, because so many men less and less want to marry.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm asking this first and foremost. But he says, okay, I hear you, but what's the difference if we're going to be together? Because let's call it how it is. Say you say no. I mean, like I said, this is the man of your dreams tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So you either risk not marrying anybody after, or marrying somebody that you don't feel as strongly towards him with the love. You may still have feelings for him even if you move on and marry somebody else.
Right.
So the marriage, okay, you got the marriage, but you may not be as happy with that person as you was with him. Like I said, this dude, like,
that's
like,
a good
this
point.
yeah.
I think honestly that'll be a personal. You're gonna have to do some soul searching. I'll be honest, because if I was put in that position, I probably would have to do some soul searching to really assess those questions you just asked. Like, do I really want to let him go? You know, he's everything I've been wanting, but he doesn't want marriage. Or I have this guy over here that really wants to marry me, and I like him, but I'm not in love with him like the other guy. So I would have to do some soul searching.
That's
I
a
really
tough choice,
would.
right?
It's a tough choice. But I just know you have to be. So I've always noticed this, even with dating, and it always happens. The one thing that you're always kind of like on the fence about, the red flag, is always the reason why you leave. I've always noticed that. So if you go into something with somebody and it's like, they do this and I really don't like it, I've always noticed that's normally the reason why people leave, is that red flag.
Yeah, because that's always going to be in the back of their mind. And even if it shows up a little bit, they're going to blow it up a lot.
Exactly. Yeah. Even with people having kids, that's a biggie. You go into a situation with somebody saying, I really don't want kids, and somebody sticks around. 10 years later, it's still coming up. It never went away. Yeah. You knew this 10 years ago, I didn't want kids. Yeah. And now you're breaking up with me because I don't want kids.
And you know what? Something recently like that actually happened with me. And I think women believe they can truly convince a man down the road, even after we give the answer with something. And like with mine, it was, fuck it, she don't watch the show. Mine, it was, I was talking to this girl and she wanted me to go with her on a trip for Christmas to Florida with her and her family. And I told her nah, because I was working weeks on weeks in. And the Christmas break was my first break to work on the brand, revamp. I needed a new car at the time. I just put $1,500 in my old car. Like I needed to save up and I needed that time. She asked me months ago. I said, nah, I'm a pass. As time went on, she kept asking and asking. It got to the point where right before she left, she was like, yo, why aren't you going? You can even pull up for a day. I'm like, yo, I told you months ago I wasn't. Long story short, that led to something else. We don't even talk no more. Dang. And that's what sparked it.
But it was something that came up a long time ago. I was just talking to somebody about this too. We cannot change men.
Nah.
Men will tell us what we want to hear, but a lot of times we think we can shift the answer or change it. Just listen.
Especially y'all think putting that thing on us too.
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong. There's some dudes that it can do that for, but I done been around the block a few times.
It's gonna come back around.
I'm disciplined with mine. Yeah. I'm sexually disciplined. Like you're not about to fuck a different answer out of me. She tried that. I ain't gonna lie. She tried that.
It didn't work.
Nah. Like even during, like she was riding me and she was like, you coming da-da-da-da-da, you coming to da-da-da-da, so we could do this here, there on the counter when we get there.
Oh, she thought that was gone.
Yo.
Dang. Yeah, that don't do it.
See, that's why I'm abstinent now. I'm disciplined with mine.
That's good.
You're not about to fuck a persuade out of me. Nah, that's not happening.
Nah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Because a lot of men ain't like that. He would have been like, yeah, F it, I'm going.
Oh, I know plenty. I know plenty of my friends that would have been on that flight. There. Hell nah, bro. It was close. I ain't gonna lie. It was close. It was close because she do this thing, but
well, at least you admitted it.
Yeah, she know how to grip. Her joint out of grip. So it was close. It was definitely close.
That's so funny.
Yeah, but that's definitely a real thing as far as trying to convince. And as far as what the dude said, he doesn't want to get married. Let me ask you another thing involving that. Besides the points you laid out with if it's something I have to make a decision on my behalf. Is there another reason why women, like, they don't want to be a girlfriend, they want to be a wife? Outside of the legal system, what's another reason or reasons from a woman?
Well, to me, again, that's the highest level of commitment. Okay. So that's why I personally want to be a wife. It's the highest level of commitment. And I feel like there is a, I don't want to say like I got you locked in because that sounds so bad and it kind of goes against why men don't want to get married. But in a good way, though, like, you know what I'm saying? We have this commitment that we know we're standing on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know I feel secure when I go out every day. Like, it's a sense of security for me.
But he's your man. Why is that security not there as his man?
Because
or as your man?
A girlfriend, boyfriend, you can change your mind tomorrow.
Life partner today. Life partner.
I'm not using that life partner. I'm not doing that. You are not going to make it sound good.
Y'all can even have rings if you want. Well, no, that kind of defeats the purpose.
Some play rings?
That kind of defeats the purpose.
Without the commitment behind it? No, sir.
Yeah, that defeats the purpose. But his thing is, from a man's perspective, is you get all of that.
It don't matter.
You still get everything.
You making it sound good, though.
Because like I said, my theory is this is going to be happening a lot within the next 10, 20 years or so.
No, it is. It's happening now.
Yeah.
But again, just so you know, if you want to be with Tanae, you're going to have to think about marriage. And I'm not saying that I have a timeline, but you're going to have to make sure it's in the cards for you or I will be out. I'm not sticking around for 4 and 5 years. I'm too old for that. To wait on you to say you want to be married because at that point you're playing.
So what do you think is like a good timeline for dating to engagement?
That's a good question because I've seen my manager, she got engaged in 6 months.
Okay.
Actually, she got engaged in a month, and I believe she was married in 6 months. They've been together almost 20-something years. Happy. Yeah.
Damn.
It's no timeline. It
Yeah.
it is no. I used to be this, "Oh, it need to be a year, it need to be 2 years."
Mhm.
I'm 35 years
Mhm.
old. Like,
Really?
listen, yes, I'm
Thought we
not
were the same
getting.
age.
Yeah,
I'm
how old are you?
30.
Oh. Yeah, I'm 35, that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. So,
Yeah.
I'm not getting no younger, but again, I'm not saying I'm rushing it, but if I know it's right, I know we're aligned, we have the same goals, everything makes sense,
Mhm.
like, I'm for it, I'm game, let's do this together.
But would you still I mean, I imagine you still wanna see that other side of that person that
Of
comes out
course.
a little later, comes out behind the
That
scenes.
representative, yeah. I would
Yeah.
say maybe like a year,
A
if I
year is
had
good?
to say like a minimum.
Okay.
Probably a year. And this is based off of us spending time together, not
Yeah.
like us seeing each other once every other month or nothing like that.
For
Like
sure.
actually spending time, like
Yeah.
probably a year.
Yeah, I think 1 to 2, maybe 1 to 3 is good for me
Mhm.
personally. Anything
Yeah.
after 3, yeah, he bullshitting.
He
If
playing.
she put it out there that she wants marriage,
Yeah, he playing.
which is good that you did off the gate. You said
Mhm.
3 or 4 times, you looked in the camera and said, "Tanae wants to be married," which is
Yes.
good because some women either don't say that or they'll say that and the dude says, "I don't want marriage," and goes back to what we were talking about. She thinks she can convince that out of
Yeah,
him.
no.
Yeah,
Put it out there up front, and if it scares him, he didn't want it no way.
yeah.
Like that doesn't make me nervous to scare him away.
Yeah, I see that a lot with the convincing stage, like
Mhm.
where out the gate, first, second date, they lay it on the table. I want
Yeah.
marriage, I don't want marriage. Okay, I know I can convince this dude. Her thinking, I know I can convince this
Right.
dude to get married.
Yeah.
Then she'd be surprised as to why she wasted 4, 5 years of her life with him.
Exactly, because he told you that at the beginning stages, you didn't wanna listen, so that
Have
was
you
on
ever
you.
tried convincing? Thought you
Yeah, in
could
my
convince?
younger years, that's why I said the older I get, the wiser I am because I see it now, like, it won't
Mhm.
work.
Right.
It does not matter what you do, how you do, it don't matter, you're not convincing that man unless he wants that or he wants to change, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, because we know, like, we're stern on our what we want
Exactly.
and what we know and what we want. Now, we may, play along if she gives us the controller. That's just
You
being
ain't gonna do
honest,
what
but
you allow. That
uh-huh.
that phrase is so real.
Yeah. What about, you said okay, so you said 1 year
Mhm.
shacking up before marriage. Yay or nay?
For me personally, I don't really like it. I've done it, but it was like 6 months, something it didn't last, but, I'm not big on it because I want the excitement. That's just my personal reason why. Like, I want the newness of, like, let's say we get married.
Mhm.
We've already been shacking for 2 years. When we get married, it's nothing like, "Ooh," it's nothing new. Like, when I get married, I want it to be like, this is our new house together, this is our new life, this
Mhm.
is everything. This is we're walking into a new door. So,
No, y
but
go ahead.
I was gonna say shacking up can also reveal some things before marriage.
That's what I was gonna say. You
So,
said nothing new, that could be good or bad.
yeah,
You know what
it's
I
a
mean?
give and take with it, but
Yeah.
I'm big on spending the night though. So,
Oh,
even though
absolutely.
you're not gonna see everything, I am big on like it's Saturday, so come here all day, let's spend time, but I'm doing that on purpose because I
Yeah.
wanna see how you are around you with long periods of times,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. As far as shacking up, again, I don't know if I wanna get married, but I'm just for today's sake, hypothetically, I wanna get married. That's what I'm
Yeah,
speaking of.
okay.
Yeah, at least hella sleepovers. I mean,
Yes.
hella sleepovers, spending time in multiple days
Yeah.
because I don't know if everybody think like this, but me, I can get tired of somebody quick.
Mhm.
So if it's been 2 or 3 days and I'm kind of in that like, all right, I'm kind of like tired of it. It says a lot on how I treat her after that.
Right,
Like
yeah.
if I can kind of put it with like, okay, cool, it's whatever, and we still thugging it, we chilling, that's a good sign.
Yeah, it is.
But if I'm like, yo, all right, it's been 3 days, I don't really bang with shorty like that, then that's
Oh,
gonna
that say
say
a
a lot.
lot. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
does.
yeah.
That's why I said, I mean, even if you don't shack up, I definitely think spend hella time together
Yeah.
because
Mini
I
shack.
need to see some.
Mhm.
I need to see some. I need to see, do you snore? Do your shit stink? I mean,
Mhm.
everything. Like, I need to see it all.
Well, let's talk about those 2. A guy that snores.
Ugh,
You cool with that?
that's tough for me.
Yeah.
I've had some major snores in my life, and I can't sleep.
Do you snore?
I don't.
How you know?
I don't think I do. I
See,
mean, I
you
haven't
don't know.
had
You
people
might
tell me
snore.
I do.
I ain't gonna tell you.
Well, I've had one person say you snored a little bit last night, but I normally notice it like if I'm sick or something like that. Like I can't breathe, my nose. But I've asked people like, do I snore? And they be like, not really. I mean, I've had a guy like, you sleep kind of loud, like if you're in a deep sleep. Like I said, like snoring. He's like, no, not snoring, just like deep sleep.
You talk in your sleep?
Mm-mm. Okay. I haven't never heard that before.
I be talking like shit in my sleep, like to the
Who
point
you
where
be talking to?
My dreams, I guess. It wakes me up because it be my dream, and I'm responding to whoever I'm talking to in my dream, but I say it, and
you fighting them demons in your sleep.
It wakes me up, but it don't be nothing crazy. It be regular convos. I probably do be fighting though.
You be fighting them demons.
All my life I had to fight.
There you go. But snoring is cool, but like, cause I know men, it's a man thing majority of the time, but oh Lord, send me somebody that don't snore.
Yeah.
That's my prayer.
Would that be a deal breaker? Everything else was
probably
cool, but
not.
he snores. Yeah.
Probably not.
I mean, they got mouth guards. I think it's beds that sit up that help with snoring. It's all type of stuff.
And they got other rooms too.
Well, okay. Would you be cool with that?
I would. As long as we in the house together and I know where you at.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I actually hear that like kind of often from women where they say they're cool with being married and shacked up but having different rooms.
Oh, that's very normal.
Yeah.
I know somebody right now that they don't sleep in the same room as their boyfriend because he snores too. So
well, I mean, not even because of the snoring, just because maybe like that just adds a little space. I mean, because you gotta think about it. Living with somebody, that's spending a lot of time with that person. Unless y'all work all day, every day. But we saw what happened during COVID. Divorce rates went through the roof. It
went crazy.
Yeah, because people were like, yo, get out of my fucking face, move. You know what I mean?
It went crazy.
Yeah, so I personally think that'll be good.
Yeah.
Like for separate rooms.
Like I said, I know you're in the house, so I mean, that's not gonna bother me. Like, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest, I actually like my space anyways in the bed. Like, that would not bother me at all. Like, one bit. I'll see you in the morning, boo.
Do you move around in your sleep?
Not a lot. I'm a side sleeper, so I like sleeping on my side.
Okay, you sound like someone that's just bland, just straight to lays there when they sleep.
Though, but it's like I used to be wild. I'm not gonna lie. I kick you, hit you in the face, everything.
Oh, that's subconscious. You don't really like that person then, for real.
I'm beating their ass.
Yeah, that's what subconsciously you really want to do.
For real though, beating their ass. But the older I got, I've gotten a little bit more calm.
Okay.
So if I know somebody in the bed with me, subconsciously I know how to stay. Put.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I don't get into a deep sleep if I'm sleeping with somebody.
Yeah.
If I'm by myself, hell yeah. But at the same time,
like
I'm a light sleeper, but I can get into a deep sleep. Like if I'm in a deep sleep and somebody come in my room or someone in the whatever, or my dog, if she walks into my room, I'm waking up.
I'm gonna wake up easy.
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, but nah, like don't be snatching. Y'all love snatching them covers from us. Or scooting us all the way to the edge of the
little
bed.
Bit, a room at the end of the bed. Yeah, that's all you need. You just need a little bit. That's all you need.
I'll wake your ass up quick. Yo, move.
See, that's why I told you I'm good with the other room.
Yeah.
Eliminate all of that.
Nah, seriously, me too.